So this is a very short discussion on how to write your discussions for this course. You will be, for each chapter, choosing a topic, researching it, presenting it, and then responding to others. And each chapter, there will be 2 chapters per week, so you're going to be busy writing your discussions and presenting them, and then responding to others. And this is a fair amount of your grade, so it's worth paying attention and really working on this part of the course. So choosing a topic, by the way, this picture is my granddaughter again, um, off to discover and explore. So I'm hoping that it will be the way that you are feeling about writing these things, discovering and exploring new things. There will be a Google Docs page for each chapter, which is interactive. You can read it and you can write on it. So you look at the Google Docs page. There should be 18 to 20 topics for each chapter. Pick a topic from that you want to learn more about, that you want to research and write about. And then once you've chosen it, put your name and color after it. Just type your name in there in some color that I can read. And this claims the topic for you. Nobody else in the class is going to write on that topic. That is yours then. So once you have chosen your topic, you need to research. Use your text as a source. There's a lot of good information in your text. If there is a reference at the end of the chapter that you want to try to find, you're welcome to do that, or find another credible source. There is tons of information on the web. I'm not assuming that you have a lot of psychological journals sitting around, but there's a lot of information on the web, and please use the library sources from Bob Jones Library. They have a very good source called EBSCO that has access to many, many journals, maybe beyond what you're going to need for this course, but the resources are there if you're interested. So you find one more source, a credible source, and there is a credible source information sheet on your homepage, how to choose credible sources. So that should help. And then from your text and this other source, you need to gather enough information to write your post. Now this is going to be a 300-word post. That's a pretty heavy post. So you're going to need to have enough information to fill that up. After the first couple posts, you'll get an idea of what you need for that. But I would say the first time, gather more than you think you need so that you have what you need to write the post. So once you have gathered your information, you're going to present your topic. You're going to write your post. In online writing, you tend to use shorter paragraphs. They're easier to read and digest. When you cite your sources, and I expect you to be citing your sources using APA style. If you have a quotation from your source, it needs to go in quotes. If you have an idea from your source, it still needs to be cited, even if it's in your words. So make sure that you cite your sources. And then before you post, use spell check and grammar check, something to clean up any mistakes that might be in your writing before you post. We want these to be worthy posts for everyone else to read. You will be posting one chapter post for each chapter, so that's 2 posts per week. And you will be writing these Monday through Wednesday, posting by Wednesday night. Try to get them done earlier on Wednesday if you can, because things happen and you don't want to be writing posts at 11 o'clock on Wednesday night. You need to get them in there by Wednesday night so that you can read other people's posts after that. So my suggestion is get them done by dinner time on Wednesday. That's just a suggestion, but they have to be done by 11:59 on Wednesday night. So once you have posted, take Wednesday night off. Thursday morning you can start responding, reading and responding. Once you have posted, you have access to the posts from everyone else. I want you to read all the posts from everyone else in your section. There should be maybe 11 or 12 posts there. So that's not a lot to read, and it will definitely help you with your studying, with your quizzes, to read these posts and get the information from them. As you're done reading, find one of the posts that you want to respond to, and I want you to write a 100+ word response. So this is more than just I really liked your post, or that's really interesting. It needs to be substantive, needs to have some content to it. And you can certainly go back to the text and look at the text's information about this concept that you're going to write about, that you're going to respond to. You also may include a personal connection if you wish. You don't have to. But if someone in your family or someone that you know has encountered this topic that you're going to respond to, you're certainly welcome to add that personal stuff into the response. That's a good place for it. You may have questions about the post. You may have questions about things you didn't understand or were confused about, and you're certainly welcome to ask those questions in your response. The person who posted will be expected to respond to you if you have questions about something. So again, 100+ word response, and you're going to spell check and grammar check it for us. You're going to do one of these responses per chapter, so that's 2 per week. And these 2 responses will be due by Saturday at 11:59. So Monday through Wednesday, you'll be researching and writing your posts. Thursday, reading and possibly responding to the other posts. But these responses need to be done by Saturday for sure. So basically what you have to do in this course is the discussion posts and the responses. That's the big part. And then you'll have a quiz for each chapter. And that's pretty much it. So this is the bulk of what you'll be doing for the course. And this is a discussion rubric, just giving you an idea about how I will grade. The 300-word posts, the topic is unique to you, and then that plus the 100-word response together will be 30 points per chapter. So this is how it's broken down. The cognitive section, your critical thinking, your creative thinking, your knowledge, how you argue for something, that's 10 points. Mechanical is spelling and grammar, how you use the language, and your citations and references. And so that's 5 points. Procedural is whether you actually get it done on time, your presence in the course, how that contribution looks, and your conduct. And so this should be a very easy 5 points for you just to get it done. Interactive has to do with your responses, how you respond to another learner, how you respond to those who respond to your post. So the point of a discussion is back and forth. And so you may have 3 or 4 people may respond to your post, and then you'll be expected to respond back to them somehow. It doesn't have to be long. It does need to be done though, and that's 5 points. And then depth is a category of, are you getting something out of this? Is this more than just a surface or a high school level communication? It needs to be, again, substantive. There need to be good quality written communications on these things, and that's worth 5 points. That should be another very easy 5 points for you. So this is the rubric for each post and response for each chapter.